The vision started in 2019. I spoke with a few friends, Eric, Emediong, shared the vision with them. The encouragement came from them, and then we got to work about it. Sometime in 2021, we've eventually gathered a full team of lots of creatives and some powerful people back then in Cyprus for us to get this project rolling.
Yeah, so I mean, every project demands a level of intentionality, you know. So you have to do some research, you know. Like we shot a live recording. You have to understand how live recordings work. You have to understand how to sync a project. You understand how to direct a team, you know. You understand how to like make things work. I think that was what really, that was what I learned from that project, you know, just making things work with what you have. We do not have the best of gears. We do not have the best of anything. We were just students in a student environment, just trying to make something work. And all we did was just all we could do. All the knowledge that we had, we poured it into, all the resources that we had, we poured it into the process. And it taught me a whole lot, just being very intentional about things and doing things with what you have. Yeah.
My journey from being a photographer in 2023 and down to being production lead in 2024 has been a transformative and exciting experience. It's great to see myself grow creatively and evolve in little time, whereby I had to take on more responsibility in a year. So thank God for that. I think it's a very nice experience. The project has impacted me positively in terms of my growth.
It has been a really enlightening experience, I would say, because it took me into the building blocks of this project. I got to see, you could say, the behind the scenes and then the chopping block, the creation or the creative process. I got to see how people could improvise when you have a set structure, but then things are kind of going south. I got to see into their mind how they got to improvise and bring the vision into fruition. So it's been a really enlightening process for me.
There is a present, and beneath the seal of that present is a present. Within the walls of the present is another present, inside of which lies another present, thus presenting us with this ever-present conundrum as to what created this endless cycle of presents. This is the story of the gift that keeps giving.
I've been a great supporter of the Christmas project from the very inception, you know, up until now and up until the days to come, because we live in a nation where Christmas is not really a focal point. Therefore, the strength of its advent begins to weaken and weaken as the years go by. It's an intensely Muslim-saturated nation, and that makes that you do not naturally have the effervescence or the atmosphere of Christmas as it were. But, you know, the Christmas project by Break the Ice and Emediong has always, you know, kept a reminder in our minds that, listen, even though you don't have an environment where Christ, the birth of him, and the enaction of the promises given in prophecy in scripture began to play out, we can still have somewhat of a reminder as we gather, you know, strengths from different pillars of the nation. And that's what it was. You know, Emediong was able to successfully gather not just people, but strong people that held voices within the 4 regions of the nation, bring them all together in one space at one place and, you know, raise a sound. It's always been a blessing, and I know it will continue to be a blessing.
2023, I remember having to be live at the shoots and see how everything was going. So it was a new experience for me. Usually most of the gigs I would take would either be remote or even in person it wasn't really a live production. It would be before the event or after. So this was the first time I actually had to witness the event, then use the scenery and how everything goes. So actually now dictate the mood of the flyer. And the flyer was like the main brand piece, because that was going to be what we use for publicity, thumbnails, and even elements that we were going to use during the video. So it was a different experience entirely. It was like rearranging my workflow. And this was more fun because I felt more into the entire process.
When I was approached with the role of being the host of the Christmas Picturesque, it was incredibly honoring that somebody saw me as worthy of being a host for something for the first time. So that was a challenge in itself. It was the first of its kind, and so I'd never seen something that was done like this in Cyprus. And so I thought to myself, like, I really do truly want to be a part of such an experience. My creative process involved trying to tell the story in a very authentic way and trying to connect people to the true reason behind the season, because in the world that we live in, we can get lost in all the Christmas trees and Santa Claus and miss the true reason behind it. And so telling the story of the birth of our Lord Jesus Christ was very important to be told in a very authentic manner, and as well as something that will resonate with everybody else. For me, that was the North Star of my whole experience. I use that as my guide throughout my whole creative process.
So the Break the Ice family is very dear to my heart, and every time we have to shape the Christmas story, it's a blessing for me. And every other year we've done it, it's meant to me that I'm part of a family that is opportune to tell a Christmas story, especially in our world where we have a different narrative of the essence of Christmas. Yeah, so many meetings, first of all, but yeah, so many productive sessions still. The behind the scene for these kind of productions are very tasking, honestly. But in the end, the vision for what the end looks like is what particularly has kept me moving. So what I do is plenty. A lot of things. I do whatever you need me to do. First of all, it's been a privilege these 3 out of 4 times. Always a privilege to have work with Break the Ice in different capacities. Sometimes on a full-time basis, sometimes on a consultancy basis, and it's always been very nice. The last every time I've been part of the technical team, it's also been an avenue for me to learn and see things different from I would normally see it. As related to the picturesque Christmas project most times. So first of all, apart from the fact that it's always learning, it's always fun coming together with people of like minds to produce something that is very unique in what it is. Although obviously it's the Christmas project, but it's in of itself is very unique in what it is. Every year has never been the same, so every year comes with different set of challenges. I think the last time we did it, it wasn't conventionally the same way we normally do it. It was kind of a different. We had to do a different route because of circumstances, but still, I think it was quite good. So a different set of circumstances produced something, gave us a new set of challenges that were nice to work around in the moment. So I'm thankful and I'm glad that in my only 2 way, whatever area that I'm being required to deploy my services, I'm able to help.
Christmas will really be Christmas when folks are happy everywhere. Christmas will really be Christmas with the whole world in a better way. When people can live with each other, when peace on earth has come to stay. Christmas will really be Christmas with the whole world in a better way.
I think 2021, the Covenant reached out to me and said to me he would like me to be a part of this amazing concept. I didn't even think about it. I saw it as such a great privilege to be part of something, I would say, first of its kind. And since then, I think I've been a part of 3 out of the 4 different episodes or seasons that there's been. And I'm sure you guys have been blessed as much as I have. It's a first of its kind, and what it obviously means to me personally is one of the ways that we're able to document what Christmas could look like, where you have music, where you have a bit of the word, where you have some spoken word artists come together. What I like to call a bunch of creatives coming together to celebrate Christmas together using media. So that's what it means to me. It's a bunch of creatives coming together to celebrate Christmas in our own little way.
It shows us the faithfulness of God. It's more like a record of the faithfulness of God. I heard from a wise person, if the chronicles were never written, we would not have anything to read now. So, it just shows us that there's a record of God's faithfulness. And it's so good that it's at the end of the year, So look at it from this other perspective. If maybe another generation should come and look at Christmas from this generation's perspective, like, oh my God, you guys did this. It's just a way of being hopeful and, contributing to that hope. Jesus came for all of us. Kwanu, you get the point, so yeah.
My journey with Breaky Eyes leading up to the Picturesque edition, the first one, has a lot to do with my time and my inception into the creative industry, which started from designing and photography. So my role on the first Picturesque edition was BTS photography and on-set photography as well, taking pictures of what's happening, taking pictures of people that are working on the set, and just documenting the entire experience. What do I remember most about being behind the scenes? I think it has a lot to do with the planning phase of things. When you're in front of the scenes, it's not as easy to know how much work goes into the actual thing you're seeing, how rigorous it can be from lights to camera to the actual action, from organizing people, from arranging of the set. I think that's what took the most work, and big ups to our team member, her name is Summer. So she did a lot of work on the behind the scenes and the building of the sets, and I was also there to document that and experience that in real time. Saw everything come to life from 0 to the 100. So it was exciting to see. I remember that being the most important and the most impactful part of it, the building of the sets.
Glory to Jesus in the highest. Oh, come let us adore Him. Oh, come let us adore Him. Oh, come let us adore Him, Christ the
Creatively, it has been awesome because I'm able to work with great minds like Emmett Young, Alemiwara, VKO, a lot of people, Pelumi, PJ. I've been able to see behind the lens of other creatives like me, and it has been able to shape my thinking to do things easier, faster also, and it gave me the scope of fact that community also is important in everything that we do.
My writing process was different from the usual because normally in a spoken word, we'll be writing about love, topics like that. But this one was about Mary and the angel going to Mary. And I wanted it to be different. We talk about Mary in the sense of she was honored, but no one talks about how Mary felt being pregnant without getting pregnant, So my spoken word piece was in that direction. I wanted to capture Mary's feeling when she was told you bear a son without nothing. But at the end of it, she still submitted, knowing that it's for a higher calling. So yeah, it was amazing and it was different from normal spoken word pieces.
The angel Gabriel spoke. Blessed are you amongst women, for a blessed mother thou shalt be. All generations shall laud and honor thee. Thy son shall be Emmanuel, by seers foretold. He shall be great and shall be called the Son of the Highest. And to his kingdom there shall be no end.
Handling logistics and support work for Break the Ice team Christmas project over the years has been a mix of chaos and amazing teamwork, right? For each project, it comes with different vibes, different creative ambition, and different venues. My role for Break the Ice Christmas team project was making sure that all equipment and instruments arrived on time, coordinating people, and handling any issues behind the scenes.
Hello everybody, my name is Ernest and I'm a bass guitarist and I've been working with Break the Ice for a couple of years now with different projects. Okay, there was this particular one song that we're trying to come up with an idea of how the song was supposed to start. So I came up with this funk bass line. And I can still remember the way. Let me see. I think it was Silence Night. It was on F sharp. So this particular bass line stands out for me, and then this particular part in the song was so beautiful, and then I was happy because I was the one who came up with the idea, and then I'm here now.
One moment that I'll not forget, I think it was on the third edition, which was themed the 9 Lessons of Christmas, I think. There was one song, I don't want to say we didn't rehearse it that much. It was rehearsed, kind of, it was not arranged, but on the recording day, they surprised me. And the name of the song is Rejoice. You couldn't tell that we actually arranged the song during the recording. You get? So that was one memorable moment for me, and I was really happy with that.
Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee.
Yeah, I think I remember. I was just reminded as well. Then Sings My Soul in the 2021 version. I played something that we didn't rehearse, and then I heard it still in the final cut, and that was very interesting for me. So yeah, that's one particular moment. You should go back to watch it. The 2021 version. Go check our YouTube channel and make sure you watch it.
Hi guys, my name is Mercy and I was a vocalist with the Break the Ice 3rd edition, 9 Lessons of Christmas. Well, for me, I would say it was fulfilling. I was stretched creatively, and I mean, not in a bad way, but in the best way possible. So yeah, it really was a pleasant experience for me.
Okay, so one thing about me, if you've ever worked with me on set, is that I would always find a way to dance. So, yeah, Last year's production was extremely difficult. We were on a very strict budget, strict schedule, strict team. You know, everything was so strict, but we were still able to make it work regardless, and we still had fun doing it. So one thing about me, like I said earlier, one thing about me on set is that I always have a way to have fun, regardless of how strenuous it might be. So yes, the thing that stood out for me was the fact that everybody was happy that day. There was no bad energy from that day because everybody on set was happy. Even though everything was so tight, everything was last minute, it was still good. Everybody was okay. So yeah, I guess that's a win in a way.
Essentially, the first time I joined this project was in 2022 and then in 2023. The best part is doing anything with people you're comfortable with. So obviously there were a few familiar faces and a few people I met along the way through the entire process. So it was really cool just singing with these people, seeing these different instrumentalists, and especially in Cyprus, it gets so difficult to make anything work. So I was really, really excited, obviously, to be part of this. There were a few challenges along the way, long nights, etc. But all in all, I'm extremely grateful and privileged to be part of this.
It's not roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose. You tied cows.
One of the reasons I enjoy this is because there are endless opportunities. First, this is God's work. It's all about Christ. Christ is the reason for all season. And also, I join because you never can tell, if the project can become, even if it's just a blessed, and it's so, because you never can tell who is going to watch the program and be blessed from it.
One thing that stood out for me was how very patient they were. So recorded hosting was not something I had done before. At the 2023 Break the Ice Picturesque was my first experience, and I remember they were so patient. They were like, Tabitha, you can do it. They gave me basically everything I needed to put me at ease, and I appreciated it a lot because it boosted my confidence as well. And the second thing I would say was memorable was I've talked about teamwork a lot, and that's because there was an excellent service in that area. And that included the pickup, they picked me up from my house on that day, took me to a makeup artist that did my makeup. I got dressed there and then took me to the church. They made sure that I was fed and all of that, and was there until the end, and they brought me back home. So it was an excellent service that I also picked a lot from.
Did you know your baby boy will wonder walk on water? Mary, did you know that your baby boy will save our sons and daughters? Did you know that your baby boy has come to make you new? This child that you believe on will soon deliver you. Did you know that your baby boy will give sight to a blind?
My expectations, I feel like it's only going to get even more creative. There's so many things we could do on with the idea of Christmas. I'm thinking Broadway. You should think about it.
In future editions, I just want to see. I imagine working on really, really big assets, with much bigger team.
One of my hopes and expectations is that as the Lord leads you anywhere in the world and wherever you find yourself, if this is something the Lord has put in your heart, that you don't let it die down. You find a way in spite of difficult circumstances, to continually find expression for this Christmas project in whatever shape and form.
One thing I would want to see is actually not a live recording, but a live production, where we actually perform live in front of a live audience, which means it's going to be more work in terms of coordination and all. But I think that's the next challenge for us.
I look forward to souls being won, a generation of people that are more joyful for the coming of Christ. And I look forward to you being part of this project. Yes, everyone is part of the project too. Let me tell you, we're all putting our hands to the plow. So God is in control. And I pray that as you watch everything, even when you go back, you're blessed.
I would love to see the best from them, like they've always given, greater storylines, nice visuals. I mean, everything I love to see is what they've been doing, and I just hope for them consistency to continue year in, year out.
Moving forward, I know that, okay, this is not the end, but the start of many, many more beautiful things to happen with Break the Ice. So yeah, thank you. Look forward to greatness.
What I would expect and what I would hope for in this Picturesque moving forward would definitely be more growth and for it to touch more lives than it has touched thus far.
So for the future, I just trust God and I hope that this vision never dies. I pray that we have people that are able to sustain it even further. And I pray that our kids grow up to see that we once did stuff like this. And even better, they continue in this legacy. Because it's a very beautiful thing to shape Christmas stories. That's why we still like Santa Claus. Yeah. Happy 5 years, Break the Ice.
It's something that I'm looking forward to is seeing a production every year and see more creative expressions. Now, I mean, in the past years, we've done music, we've done spoken word. I would love to see more expressions, drama, other kind of dance, you know, things that are not the usual Christmas type of thing, you know, other ways that we can put out the message out there.
I hope that new perspective keep joining the team and we move on to a higher and greater project. And I just want to say a shout out to the director, Mr. Emedion, and to everyone, I love you.
And just keep doing what you're doing, honestly. Break the Ice is an experience. It's not just a regular shoot. It's not just, it's more than the camera. It goes beyond the lens.
Is it not amazing what we've done so far? Did you see what we've done? I think it is something to be proud of. I think it's something to look back on and be proud of the effort, proud of everything, you know, down to graphics, video, pictures, the guest ministers, everybody, all the concept, creative direction, thinking, oh my goodness. I mean, it's something to be very proud of. And to be honest, man, just if you have an opportunity to work on this, give it your all, give it your everything. Because even though nobody is looking, somebody is looking, and that's your future self looking and being proud of what you're doing right now. Tough times never last, only tough people last.
Just like raising a child and watching anybody grow up from zero, it's interesting to see things start and then watch them progress as time goes on. And it's always very interesting to see, it's very important, it's very beautiful to see, to be a part of the building process of something and then to watch it become what it has today. Is nothing short of excellence, nothing short of beautiful, nothing short of interesting. And I can only hope that it gets bigger, the stage gets bigger, the influence gets bigger, the experience gets better, and it keeps growing from here on. So big shout out to the VTE team, from everybody behind the scenes to everybody in front of the scenes, everybody on the documentation side of things and everybody behind the cameras, in front of the cameras. Big shout out to everybody and hoping that we do better things, bigger things and greater things as time goes on.
Thank you. If I could buy a can of malt for everyone, I would, but that would be a lot of malt. But I would say thank you. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for working with us. Even if you stayed for one day, that one day, that 1 minute, that 1 second you spent with us really helped a lot. And you are not unnoticed. You're the real MVP. Thank you so much. Thank you all.
Yes, so personally, what I would like to say, just a little word of encouragement to the entire Break the Ice family is don't give up, keep on going. What you're doing is absolutely phenomenal. What we are doing is absolutely phenomenal. We're preaching the message of Jesus Christ. We're preaching the message of what Christmas has to offer. The spirit of joy, the spirit of love, the spirit of peace. And I think you shouldn't give up. I know you're not going to give up. Just like every other year since we started, it's just been bigger and bigger and bigger, and it can really only get bigger from then on. So I look forward to the many years. I look forward to us gathering together wherever we all are in the world, celebrating 20 years anniversary doing this, celebrating 50 years anniversary with our gray hair, doing all of this, So don't give up. That's my parting words.
So for a parting word, I just want to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year in advance. Happy 2026.
When Christ was born.
I think I would say I'm really good at names. Yeah. So even from the name Break the Ice or Lights, Camera, Noel, I think that was the first one I had coined. So the thing is, everyone would give me like a theme for something and be like, man, we need to work on something this Christmas and this and that, and this and that. And, so I was just brainstorming, honestly. And with the theme that he had that year, I thought lights, camera, action. And I was like, oh wait, lights, camera, Noel, right? So it's things like that, from very random things. But I would usually coin, I think my creative addition is usually like the names, the themes, and how just the general flow of, how the theme is supposed to be. Yeah. Somehow I've noticed that every year kind of piggybacks off the last one, in the sense that it has to outdo itself. And I think my most memorable one was 2023, because that was a whole, from even the logistics and how everyone got there was so beautiful. We had the gift packets and everything, And I think everyone just really had a really proud moment at the end, just seeing how well everything was put together. I think 2023 was my most memorable one.
The evolution of this project over the years has just been some total of consistency, a lot of consistency and hard work and suffering. It's not been easy, but we've somehow done it. We started with a whole team from different churches, different organizations, and so far so good. We've built a community and a family 5 years in now. So yeah, we've really evolved so far. So now we have like a whole ecosystem of people that actually anticipate our projects and other projects we do. It's a tough one. Probably 2020, last year, 2024, and last year, definitely last year. I wasn't around and my team had to work on the project by themselves, and many people bailed out of the project. Many people bailed out, and it wasn't their fault, so I'm not throwing blames, but last year was a lot for the team, and not being with them also really, really was tough. So having to coordinate everything remotely and checking in occasionally to make sure that things were done right, and It was a long one for all of us as a team. I was just happy we were able to be just put that somewhere and just move on to the next one. The story we built through our eyes is basically an appreciation for everyone who has been part of this journey for the past 5 years. I really don't have much to say than thank you. Thank you for believing in the vision when it was nothing. To everyone, I remember every single person, like especially the first edition, how we put calls through from myself and Paul Emmanuel agreeing to get this to work, to Emedion and Eric giving me emotional support behind the scenes, to Emedion and Minnie writing, to Mr. Obina, the God-backed guy, to Emmanuel Frank, to everyone, man, everyone, Victory, bro. Everyone. So literally, this is like a sum total of everyone who has believed in the journey and who has been there for us. I'm really grateful. I'm grateful. This project has shaped all of us in various ways. We've grown. We've met a lot of hiccups on the way, a lot of problems, a lot of inconsistencies with human beings, with institutions, with organizations. But here we are, 5 years in. We've really grown. Someone that started with us 2021, and now when you look at the career growth, every single person in their own creative journey, honestly, we just look back and we are grateful to God, honestly. So growth it is. The biggest challenge we faced has always been the factor of people. We're dealing with human beings who can say yes today and tomorrow they say no. So different factors, but one has been human beings. Two, I can say organizations and institutions. Sometimes like having to secure a venue or some stuff like that has to be like 10 minutes. But in some total of it has to be human beings, dealing with human beings and the gift of human beings. So I still call it the gift because it's an amazing thing regardless. And also finances, also raising fundings for our project. Our project, we never do it little, we always go all out. And sometimes the fundings are always ridiculous to raise, but we've always had like amazing partners and support system regardless, but we've somehow made that possible through these years. What I hope people see, feel, and take away from this documentary is, one, to be grateful for the journey we've done so far, the process, and also to encourage you to, if you have a vision, man, just get out there and start. Start however. Start small. You learn along the way. You learn. We're just 5 years in, and I don't think we've not even tapped into 1% of our potential. We have a lot more to do. We still have like a live recording to do, like with a live audience. That's somewhere in the pipeline. So I just hope you take away gratitude, you take away the love of community, because this project wouldn't be possible without the people who have been part of it. So the gift of men and the love of community, I really hope you take that away from this documentary, and also let this be like a motivation for you to go out there and do your stuff. Just go out and start your projects. Parting words for everyone watching this is thank you. Let's do it. Let's keep doing it. Basically, thank you, and let's keep doing it. So to you, the production guys, to you, the musicians, the guy that is rolling the cable with me, midnight setting up, to everyone, the technical team that has gone through this together with me, those that could even feature in the documentary, so the JJs, the NS, the Tikon, the Pelumi, the Marshall. I can't mention all the names, but thank you. This is a very big thank you to everyone. And let's keep doing this. Let's keep going. We have a lot to do. We have a lot more to achieve. We haven't even tapped into, like I said, 1% of our potential. So let's keep going. Thank you is basically all I have to say. Thank you.